Alright, this is the Burgundians, my favorite Civ, versus the Ethiopians. Historically, I like the Ethiopians, but in this game, they are, well, a bit of a nuisance. So, standard Dark Age, nothing crazy about it. Quick Civ overview, and then we'll get straight to the meat and potatoes. So, we'll start with my lovely adversary. The Ethiopians are a machine gunner type civilization with their archers. What does that mean? It means they get 18% faster firing archers right off the rip. They economically have two, I'd say, ubiquitous features. They get 100 food and 100 gold per advance of an age. So in total, 600 res, pretty solid. Look at that body block. It's pretty solid. But anyways, and near identical timing. Haha. Anyways, so yeah, 100 gold, 100 food per click up. So in total, 600 res between feudal, castle, and M, short for imperial. But that's the 4-star uprights to keep the food generation going. And that all to say, they also have no charge to their outpost. That's 5 stone, by the way, per outpost. And their outposts get +3 line of sight, which I think is a maximized outpost right off the bat. So there's some value in that. But generally, like outside of arena games, don't get me wrong, I see them quite a ton in Arabia. Economically, not the hottest. That to say, they do get the pikeman upgrade for free. When this game was first made, they got halberdiers for free, so that was way too legit, and that whole process saves over 1,000 res between going pike, which is 160 food, 90 gold, and then additionally halberdier, which is 900 res, 300 food, 600 gold. So obviously that was considered OP, so they nerfed it, and that's kind of that. So that to say, that's it. Now the Ethiopian's unique unit, the Shotel Warrior, does 16 damage per hit right off the rip, as that's been the theme of today's initial onset of commentary. But that to say, they hit very hard with their glass cannon, so like 50 HP, similar to the Gebeto, however you want to pronunciate it, in that 0 pierce armor, but extreme speed, high damage. But unlike the Gebeto, which is a melee ranged weapon, this is speakly a dual curved swords. It's not quite a scimitar, but kind of esque one. Yeah, and they can absolutely nuke TCs even with the 0 pierce armor because of the amount of damage they do and the inherent bonus of infantry versus buildings. But in converse, you can have a bunch of skirmishers kill them. You could have anything kill them, really, with range. And then in terms of just raw power, the Nightline, when critically massed, will always supplant pretty much any Shotel gathering, especially in like Castle Age, and then in Imperial, forget about it. The armor and the health of cavalry will surpass it. But another unique tech that they get is Royal Heirs, so it's -3 damage from all mounted units, and that's the Shotel, and I think the Camel Render as well. Yes. So they have options, and then again, they do get heavy camel, but if you're going to go triple gold composition, you have to have an economy that backs it, and given, other than their initial onset, not the greatest. Okay, so the Burgundians, they get every economical bonus, 1/3 the food cost, as well as 1 age earlier. So we're just going to skip to Castle. Or not Castle, rather, feudal. I consider them the Willy Wonka of cavalry civilizations because they get Cavalier in the Castle Age, which is essentially +2 for free, because that's what it is. We'll just slow it back down. And they also get my favorite unit in the game, the Custilier, and just like it says, oh yay, because it will take low HP units, such as archers in general, and either one-shot or two-shot when they meet in the Castle Age and Imperial Age, respectively, when both are fully upgraded. They got the same Pierce Armor as Knights in Castle Age, so it takes 38-39 arrows for a fully upgraded crossbowman to take one down. But in that, it also will have kind of a stop in terms of longevity when you reach the Imperial Age, because they don't get any more Pierce Armor even with fully upgraded and going the Elite version. Now, that was an initial fight. I did take it handily. While skirmishers are my least favorite unit in the game, I realize I can no longer live without them, so hubris down, we have options. So anyways, you may or may not have noticed, I am getting handcart in the Feudal Age. So, I got wheelbarrow immediately, as soon as I clicked up, basically, and then now I'm getting handcart, so this economical powerhouse, as the Burgundians, is about to explode. Now, the risk is, like anything else, going this heavy on eco upgrades has a tremendous risk of the game more or less ending in feudal and or if they can punish. But contrary to the humans, I'm getting res, again short resources, this whole game. I don't have to build a town center, I don't have to, you know, do a bunch of stuff. It's just semi-intuitive, but you just got to be mindful and plan out, right? So we're kind of, fortunately, on my side, we're doing really solid, and he's also taking his sweet time going to castle, and yeah, you know, arguably safe. So I knew I had to zone out these archers, but I also knew, while not the most ideal, I'm planning on countering him, but I also imagine that when it comes to microing against archer civs, usually guys that will go archer know how to handle them very effectively. So me, I just kind of need to generate a little bit of pressure and also see what I can get. And just those 3 scouts immediately stopped his entire army forward. And we'll more or less get back to the Burgundians introduction in a moment, just since we're at action, and I also just sorted through Dark Age, which was the perfect time to monologue. So, again, I'm just wanting to get an idea of what he's got. I realize that he is going into his civilization strength, which is full on archers, wildly inefficient gathering beyond this initial onset. But this is where we're gonna do a little feudal on feudal aggression. I have 4 scouts. Oh man, if I would have been able to have done a lot, then I could have gotten some kills. But at this point, I kind of realize, let's see what we can do here. So we're gonna go ahead and just move wood lines, and in that, I kind of have this semi-long-term plan of, let me just kind of bait him in, get some kills, and just keep this guy in feudal as long as possible. Again, man, did I wish I microed, but later on, I'll get the better end of the deal. So, for the time being, I'm just gonna get some free kills, because he's not paying attention, and, you know, we trade 1 for 1, but food versus trash units, which is wood and gold, versus, wood and food versus his gold units, we're going to be alright. Now, let's go ahead and see. I have the armor upgrade, he only has fletching. Obviously, could have clicked up, but yeah, you know, I had to handle my stuff and then go from there, right? So we're gonna pretty much clear this entire archery line, no problems. Now, to his credit, he's really investing in feudal. So am I, but it's all good. Wish I would have done a little better job on this, but overall pretty solid. Again, doing a lot, but that to say, there's a world where this works out. It's just being delayed with me not realizing A, I have the res, but B, I gotta handle this, right? So I could have done this better, but this is a pretty decent trade. It is and it isn't. Score suggests it is, but between the idle time and, ooh, I guess you should go for castle, not realizing this. So anyways, we're doing okay, and then this is a very solid move that I decided to do. So he's going to mess around, he's going to just, you know, do what normal archer boys do, which is, oh, you know, I'm going to win farms, I'm going to stop this. When he should have realized, oh, there's only so much room I can go. But he didn't, and that worked out for me, because he's going to lose way too many units for absolutely nothing. So, bye, and that takes care of that. So, interestingly enough, this will create a dilemma that I wasn't perhaps forecasting. As evidenced, though this kerfuffle was going on, I had so much food and so much res in the bank, and that's the part of the forgetting. It's also like, wow, it's incredibly long. But hey, we both are about to go to Castles. Now, his mistake in this initial onset was, I have nothing per se to stop this, so he should have just massed his little units over here. Now, I'm going to be a smidgen reductive because archer civs do what they gotta do. But it's just like bread and butter, we know what's going to happen every single time. Mass the units in feudal, do a push, go from there. So anyways, I'm building some knights to counter this, and I know instead of chasing him around with contain, I just need to do what I somewhat do, which is control. And so, this is an awful exchange by him. I don't know what he was thinking. He got one villager that entire time, and yeah. So, I get wrecked. But, you know, so now that that distraction's in place, it's time to build my first castle. Now, we got some cavalier going, which is good, and I'll admit, very annoying, but we're gonna get our food eco up. It's just one of those deals where I really have to slow the game down for myself to get what I need to, so we're gonna shoot for this initial trap, pincer move if you would, and so we're gonna see if we can do it, just to get going. I wanted to build on the high ground, but it was better that I just did what I needed to. Castle already got a kill, so that's nice. Again, he's trading wood for gold, trash units for gold units, so we're doing great on that. And the trap succeeded. Didn't lose a single knight. That is fantastic. Now, back home, he is on 2 TCs, similar to me, to be frank. Even though this is Burgundian, so now we're going up to our 3rd TC. Again, holy villager and efficiency, but we're doing what we need to, and the economy is going to just roar, boom, boosters. So we got ourselves 3 cavaliers. Yes, charge attack. 20 is the white bar, and to kind of summarize, looking fantastic. It's got dual colors. So anyways, in my time as playing the Slavs and a few other civs, more videos on those later on, I realized let's get some siege going against the archer guys, as well as, you know, we can kind of zone things out, and then let's just generate military, right? So, now the pros, they can do like all-in siege, and then some form of infantry, or even cavalry in siege, and just go like that. Me, I figure, well, regardless of what he's going to do, which I already knew would be pike and archers, I knew that if I have skirms, it's going to benefit me regardless. So we had a general gist of what he had, but now we're just going to go into kind of what I'm seeing. And so while I'm not necessarily going to chase him around the map to set up castle defense, because, you know, he's not cavalry archers, so benefit of foot archers for him. He can print units. Disbenefit for him, he's got to travel places to do so. So, you know, at this point, I just want to continually apply pressure, but with the double wall up here, Castle TC zoning out, I know I got to secure this flank. So the start of which is get the town center up, and this is enough of a cannibalizing terrain to nullify any initial aggression. Now, the placement of the map suggests I can't necessarily fully wall off, at least easily. So we're going to head out. We got 4 Cavalier, 2 Custilier, and 7 Skirms. Now, in military terms, this is called a meeting engagement. So, as it suggests, we kind of stumble into each other. Now, I try to move to the side, but we discover each other. I'm at home, microwing, and I may have saved some units, but I do not have friendly fire, yikes. But, getting some value kills, not valuable, is losing 2 Cavaliers, but I do get the monks, frustration, and it's like, ooh, we gotta go. So, I think my armor upgrades are both fully in, but either way, it was very late in the game in the monastery realm. So anyways, we're just gonna kind of leave with what we got and just try again later. Yes, good. Okay. So, this is what I'm doing, right? So, we kind of do a little trade for trade. Again, my kill-death ratio is right at double. Granted, oh, no, interesting. Don't know how that adds up. Oh, no, I don't know. Anyways, so we're doing our job. Fantastic villager production, and very solid game plan here. So we're gonna just do one wall off, and then again, leave villager efficiency time. But now we are cooking on some eco and some farms. Let's go see what our little pal is going to do here. So, as expected, he is going to make a lot of these. And, you know, it's a civ bonus. I mean, that's a bonus. It's his prerogative to do so, because that's his civ as a collective, is, archers. So, he's going to send out the little ball of pike and crossbowmen, and that's how that's going, right? So, meanwhile, we're going to go ahead and do what we want to in regards to let's get some relics, let's just keep moving, and let's just go from there, right? Well, just like last time, a little meeting. And so anyways, did I save him? But normally I'm into sideswiping, but I just kind of couldn't really do it this game. And in large part with archers, that's kind of how it goes in pockets. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and try to get one of our cavalier back. We do, so that's nice. We lost a unit for nothing, got my unit back, but I could have lost him. So that's nice. Now, I do have one range upgrade in. Did I lose? I don't even... Wow, I managed to save that villager. So he gets fixated on taking down the monastery. Very interesting. I lose a build, but I kill a military unit. 2, I guess. So 3. So that was worth it. I go up to him. That's my plan. And in the meanwhile, I'm going to do a little side swipe. So, this is the uniqueness of the instance. That speed is crazy. Now, while this is ongoing, you know, whatever. Similar ecos. Now, again, I'm not really paying attention to like this is happening. I'm doing a really good job of doing these free kills. So we'll just look at the kill leads. But this is what's interesting. So he just does not pay attention. And for most people, this would either end the game, rage quit, whatever, right? But no, just getting a lot of kills. And meanwhile, I'm having to jump in and out. I'm doing some stuff, and then he's like, "Oh, I should stop this." And anyways, that should have gotten it. So anyways, this guy gets fixated on random stuff. So get wrecked and lose some units. In the meanwhile, I'm just getting free kill after free kill after free kill. So as is indicative, I jumped 30 kills in less than a minute of gameplay. Now, I wasn't paying attention per se, because I was in the middle of fighting for my life over here. So I'm now going to be massing military. And if this wasn't an archer civ, I would have more or less fully committed to destroying this guy on multiple attacks. So I have this idea. Oh man, but such is life. So I kind of actually wanted to do this. Again, I wasn't paying attention. I was in the middle of doing it. But I do save the ram, which is good. And again, I'm losing a lot of units. Did I get this? Anyways, so while this is happening, I'm doing really solid over here. And we end up getting this love tap, and that is fantastic value. That's sad. But we got a little plan going, and I know in general what's coming my way. So, wow, perfect timing. So this guy is doing what he needs to, right? Is what it is. So, we're just gonna keep massing our military, getting our upgrades in, just really setting conditions for stuff that usually doesn't always go this way. Now, we're about to see something pretty solid. So let's just look into it. Let's see here. So we got one kill. Fantastic attack rounds. Yep, fantastic. And at this point, we're just going to commit, even though not the greatest of values. So yeah, got a few extra kills, and then we're able to bounce house and call it a day. Now, I am getting the Paladin upgrade. One thing I did not say earlier with the Burgundians is the benefit of Cavalier in the Castle Age is you then will be able to get... Man, I love that efficiency time. You'll then be able to get Paladin secure the morning slash end, right? I should have kept this group alive, but again, we can kill our blasters, get the monk, so that's really solid, right? But okay, so his military is insanely greater than mine, but again, double KD ratio. To his credit, he didn't tap out, so good on him. Good on me for stopping his phone production. But, you know, he's going to go all in Archer. And yeah, that's what he wants to do, so that's cool. Meanwhile, this game is more or less just heating up. So, we're going to go ahead and just get as much gold as possible. Now, do I wish I had more farms? You bet you I. But I've lost before against Archer Says, because regardless of the back and forth, you gotta do one thing that they're gonna do. You gotta mass cavalry. So, insert Paladin being an exceptional counter. Now, to his discredit, he did not believe in investing. That's satisfying. Just hearing that insane machine gun fire. I did build these icons. Could it be useful? Yes. Let's see if that comes to fruition. No. To his credits, he gets that going. Again, to his discredit, he can't defend or micro. No, I think it's macros. He just didn't do a good enough job. I saved his villagers' sons. In the meanwhile, I just figured let's just take down our blusters if we can. Even though I'm fighting with the castle fire, this is for me. And it delays because I have to mass. And me massing is more difficult than that. So, in spite of these villager losses, I did manage to save that. So that's very important. Just for res collection and so on and so forth. Now, but we have to focus on the immediates. And that immediate is let's mass up our military. And we're about to see the classic cavalry versus archery. Now, yep, so he's at over 60 arbalesters. He has a couple of his Shotel warriors. Maybe 2 armor upgrades? Maybe? I'm thinking yeah. But 16 and 1, so I mean that's great. You masked him, maybe could have done something, but spoiler alert, didn't. So anyways, he's being cheeky, getting some monks with some relics, and then you know as he goes, pretty good. Meanwhile, again, wish I had more farms, but with everything upgraded, almost, we're set. So this is when I make my move, right? Let's go ahead, minus the Treb. So we're at 36 Paladins, and 6 Boosters. Notice the surround swap also. That's pretty great. I do care about losing that castle, but I don't. Because I'm gonna wipe out this trap. And just like that. Just wiped the floor. Did I highlight a tree instead of the kills? But as is the whole game, I've doubled his mediation. And beautifully, that whole little miniature group got 1 kill, and yeah, we don't care. So in that whole exchange, when you add up everything, yeah, you're safe. Now, in the scores indicative, I also did very good on that. Now, again, I've lost many a times to these type of exchanges, and uniquely I realize rarely I'm going to commit to just... We got momentum, aggression, speed, and mobility. Speed, aggression, and mobility are my tenets for success in this game, and that's what we're going to do. So we have map control. We'd like to get more relics, but you know, we're going to eventually start doing that. And I decide, let's commit. He doesn't have a big enough armor unless he got the ball. He can't micro him like I thought he could. He's trying to now, but by that point it's done. He just says, oh, it is me, come here. Fight. But too late. I decided to commit, and that was a sensational choice. As the death kills climb up, yep, this is what it is. So we're just gonna get villager kills, and I'm out of res, so I realized we gotta get something on the field. And to his behest, yes, I won. But that's because I pushed him back enough, and this is the benefit. of him being a yeah, great sport kid, but you know, he took that L and he didn't like it, but I took a nearly 3-1 KD, so don't know how he says I'm bad if yeah, he got wrecked. He has nothing to stop this. Now, a unique feature of this civ is they get something called torsion engines, which boosts their siege with a massive, like double blast radius essentially. So their bombard cannons can maybe two-shot a Treb because the tradition is 3, but the point is, 3-mass bombards, even though I've got great gunpowder, their bombards are probably going to win in the sense of you need less skill to get more hits. So I did lose the Treb because I sent it like over here. Randomly, even though I meant to kind of just like pop in here, but I did all castle spawns to basically here. So anyways, in that entire ordeal, let's just call it ish 42 paladins. Lost 10, and I pretty sure racked up 100 kills over here. And then when you add up everything, I got almost 200 kills in 2 battle sequences, because this guy did a singular mindset of only archers. And that's effective, but it's elementary in that you just need a meat shield. And I didn't have time for hand cannoneers, I didn't have time for siege. I mean, let me say that. But, hey, I did have my bombard cannons. So anyways, we did what we needed to. Rez was very, very tight to the chest. Now, obviously, we have a few more, and long term, even if the game continued after this exchange, there's no coming back from that. I mean, he is 100% out of gold, and you know, we have here, but that's like 600, so that's like 20 arbalests, not even. So that was his thing, and he did good job on aggression. And when you're a foot archer civ, you got to make grounds and you got to keep it. And his whole thing was, it was just paddleboarding back and forth, back and forth. Whereas me, I had a stable plan in mind, which was apply some aggression, and I got a lot of kills in the late Castle Age. But his whole thing of getting fixated on attacking random points of my base led to a lot of unnecessary deaths. He could have had 30, 40 more Arbalesters if all he did was either back and boom or attack from any other place not named the front of my face. But, you know, he did that and it cost him. And this wall off did job, and did job well enough. So, fantastic. A lot of people had their disparaging views on no bloodlines, and the Burgundians do not have that, but in converse, they have, as mentioned prior, which is the ability to get Paladin and Cavalier oh so expeditiously. And I didn't mention this at the beginning of the video, but it's half cost, so that's why they can't provide bloodlines as well. But just fantastic. And don't really intend to skip Dark Age because it throws off the rest of the game kind of in terms of like intro and so forth, but I think it was worth it this time because just action packed. And at the end of the day, I'm just thankful for cavalry and the power that it is when, if you as an archer civ don't meet shield, then get cooked. I'm Dr. Loving. I played Geo, and until next time, peace. Oh, I may as well look at the stats real quick. So, pretty solid across the board. And I'm Dr. Loving, played Geo, Burgundians versus Ethiopians. Till next time, peace.